So today I want to talk about the true meaning of womanhood, what it really means to be a woman. And I want to preface this by saying this video is not intended to belittle anyone who has changed their gender or anyone who might not fall into the typical category of woman. I'm specifically talking to people who have a uterus, who have ovaries, and who experience the hormonal changes that come with having those things. So just to clarify, I'm not intending to tear anyone down with this. I'm just speaking to anyone who identifies as a woman who can relate to experiencing these internal changes that occur every month. Growing up, from the time we're little, girls are exposed to so many ideas, concepts, notions of what it means to be a woman. And many of these are appearance-based. So we see countless images of women who have the ideal body type, which, by the way, changes according to what period of time you're growing up in. But for me, for example, when I was growing up, it was very skinny women with big boobs, and usually it's like, you know, perfect facial features, perfect overall appearance. A lot of a woman's worth is based off of what she looks like, how she presents herself to the world, and how she is taken in or perceived by other people, specifically men. So as girls, we see this and we're learning, we're forming our sense of self, our identity. And so this plays a role in that. And this messaging doesn't stop. It continues on forever, right? Especially because now we live in the day and age of advertisements, of social media. There's constantly information being thrown at us, whether it's subliminal or not, about what it means to be a woman, what a woman should look like, what's defined as attractive, and how much that impacts a woman's worth and the experience of being a woman. So the way that this affected me is that I had this notion that being a woman is very much related to what you look like and how others perceive you. So once I became a teenager and a young adult, and I was, you know, interacting with men more and out in the world experiencing life as a woman, I had this really strange feeling where I didn't consider myself to be a woman. Like, if I couldn't call myself a woman, if someone else referred to me as a woman, it felt really weird, it felt wrong. And looking back, and I think at the time I was aware too, it had a lot to do with the fact that at that time, and still, the ideal body type for a woman was to have big boobs and have a big butt. And I had neither. And I was short. I'm 5'2", so I'm very petite. So I felt like I had the body of a girl, of a teenager, and not a woman. And I was done, I was well done with puberty, done developing, and so I kind of knew like there was no chance of me getting that body type anymore. Like the hope of the teenage years of, oh, maybe my boobs will get really big, was gone. Like there was no, that wasn't gonna happen. So I had this weird experience of just not feeling like I was a woman, even though I was 18, 19, 20, like I didn't identify with the word woman. And so my approach, my way of dealing with that was to try to get plastic surgery, which I couldn't afford. And so I started to go to the gym and build a bigger butt. I couldn't build bigger boobs in the gym, but I could build a bigger butt. And so I did that. And now that's a part of my identity, right? And that did make me feel more like a woman. And so that kind of continued on as like funneling this idea that womanhood is so closely tied to what you look like and to being physically attractive and desired. And that's not by accident. It's meant to be a part of our experience. It's an idea that is sold to us, but it is not the truth. In reality, in my opinion, what I have come to really love and appreciate about being a woman has so much more to do with the internal things that go on and with connecting with and understanding my body and how it operates on a hormonal level, and understanding the menstrual cycle and my period and all of these things, that has really given me this deep sense of gratitude for being a woman, and has really connected me to the experience of being a woman. And again, I feel like this is a sensitive topic because we have so many things happening with gender now, and so much questioning of what gender really is and what being a woman really is. And I can't speak to that because I haven't experienced that in my own life. So all I can speak to is my experience as a straight woman who was born a girl and has never felt anything other than a girl. That's what I'm speaking to, and so I'm really speaking to people who can relate to that experience. Being a woman, to me, for me, means feeling deeply. It means experiencing these incredible transformations every month. It means having this internal balance, this internal structure that is constantly changing and is impacted by so many things, and is very sensitive and can be thrown out of balance very easily. It means being deeply connected to nature and to the seasons, and having internal seasons and internal patterns that mimic those that we see in the exterior natural world. And it means learning to love and accept yourself and your body no matter what anyone tells you. Most importantly, it means realizing that you are and always have been magical, and that womanhood isn't something you have to earn. It's not something that you have to change what you look like or fit into what society is telling you you should look like in order to experience. It's a given. Like, you are a woman and you deserve to feel like a woman and to experience what it means to be a woman. And the main way that I really made this transformation and went from thinking that womanhood was so closely tied to what I looked like physically, to understanding the complexities of it and the internal things going on, is I learned about the menstrual cycle. I learned about hormones. I learned about what it means to be a woman in relation to these things. I learned to greatly value and appreciate the changes that women experience week to week, and understand why that happens and what our body is telling us through those changes. I learned to really tap into what my body is telling me and what it needs, and which phase of my cycle I'm in, and how I can feed myself, how I can exercise, how I can do these things in alignment with that phase and with what my body needs in that phase. So I really transformed the way that I live my life and that I relate to life, and developed this deep understanding that cannot ever be taken away from me, cannot ever be minimized. So I now have such respect for my body on an internal level, so much respect for what happens with it every month and what it's capable of. Like, women can create life, women can create entire human beings and bring them into this world, and they do that every day. And it just happens a lot of the time, you know? They don't even have to really think about it or put that much effort into it. Our bodies are truly, truly amazing. I think that once we get to a point where we learn more about that aspect of womanhood, and we learn more about the power that our bodies hold, the wisdom that our bodies hold, and we stop trying to do everything that we think a man can do, or trying to go all the time and like push ourselves to fit into this mold that society has created for us. both in how we look physically and how we live our lives, we open up space to really understand the true wonder of our bodies and of their changing needs, and to tap into those things. We make more of an effort to create rest when we need rest, and to work when it's time to work hard. And we just develop this different way of interacting with life. And that has absolutely been my experience, and it's been incredible. I don't tie my sense of womanhood to what I look like nearly as much as I used to. I would be lying if I said that that is completely gone from me. And I do think that that is an enjoyable part of womanhood as well, for sure. Dressing up, looking cute, all of that is very enjoyable, and there is space for that, as long as it's not the overarching, determining theme of our experience with it, and it's just one aspect of it.